Hey, welcome back to Biggie Outdoor Radio this morning. This segment is brought to you by Snap Fitness. There were two locations here in town. One's over in Weston and one in Wausau across from Fleet Farm. That's their new location over there. That's all remodeled. They got some brand new equipment over there, and they got some special program going on. You can get the summer for free. You'll have to go over there and check it out. They've got all kinds of training classes, new machines, free weights. They got all the supplements that you're going to need. Good, friendly staff. It's a nice, clean place. Open 24/7 to members. There's no excuse for not getting out there and getting into shape. And you'll make yourself feel a ton better. And Brandon and I have been going out there and working out. Our camera guy, Ben, been going out there and working out. Getting ourselves nice and sore in the process. But we'll feel better for it in the end.
That's right.
That's right. Go out there and work off all them Bruise Brothers burgers we've been eating, that's for sure.
Yeah, and beer.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Anyway, Brandon, we just got back. We drove all the way through the night to get back so you could get back to work in time.
Yeah.
From a really great hunt.
Oh, yeah. We slayed some hogs down in southern Georgia.
We were smacking them. We were down at Gum Log Plantation.
That's right, yeah.
In southern Georgia. And we drove down there to do a filmed hunt.
A filmed eradication hunt.
Yeah. We went down there to, we actually sell hunts down there. They have a place where we can go down there and you can do deer hunts, you can do hog hunts. And believe it or not, there are some big deer down in southern Georgia on this place. They actually have a Wisconsin strain down there that they got like some 50 years ago. Blue tongue went through that part of Georgia and wiped out a lot of deer. And so then they brought in Wisconsin and Minnesota bloodlines down there and revamped their population. But now they got hogs everywhere, and these are pretty much all European bloodline. Big old hairy black hogs down there.
Yeah.
And where we went down there to help the family on their crop farm do eradication.
Corn and tobacco fields just being torn up.
Oh,
man, they come out there and they root up these plants and tear up the fields. And I'll tell you what, if you get a chance to see some of the video that we took and some of the pictures that we took, it's insane. Even from one night to the next when we would go out there, it was crazy to see just how much damage they did in one night, in one day.
I couldn't believe, we'd be driving along the edge of the field after we put you guys in the stand the first night. We drove around the fields in the cart, and some places it was right on the edge. You could already see it, but you'd look into the field maybe 50 yards in, and you'd see where it looked like
somebody tried to land a plane in there.
Yeah. I mean, it was just mowed down. And I could not believe it. I mean, it's tore up. They are doing so much damage in them cornfields. It's unreal.
I mean, just on the way out to the stands, depending what stand you were going to, you would see more. That didn't mean that there was more hogs in that area. It was just they seemed to be more active on certain spots along those edge of those fields. You would go in there and you would see
little ones,
like 40, 50 piglets, which in 4 months' time are going to be breeding.
Yeah.
And
and the sows were running across in front of us coming out of there.
There were so many pigs down there.
They say they're going to lose up to 20% of their crop just from hog damage.
Yeah.
And they know that every year. And that's all of them. The peanut farmers, the corn farmers. Can you imagine planting your crop knowing that you're going to lose 20% of it just to the animals and there's nothing you can do about it?
This goes back to earlier in the show when we were talking about all of these animals, every species of animal need to be controlled. or they will be out of control. And this hog population down there in southern Georgia is a perfect example of a herd that's out of control.
Yep. They say, again, and I keep saying this, you have to kill on a wild hog population, you got to kill 70% just to stay even with the population.
Yeah, they breed so fast.
And we've been seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why when you go on an eradication hunt, you shoot big ones, small ones, you shoot anything. And actually those ones that are, I don't even know how many months old those things would be that are in that 80-pound range or whatever, those are good eaters.
They're good eaters. Well, you know what? And think about this. Of all of those that we took out, we took, what, 15?
We took 15, yeah.
We took 15 of them while we were down there. Every sow that we harvested and cut open
was pregnant.
With numerous piglets.
They're never not pregnant, don't seem like. It seems like the minute they have a litter, they're pregnant again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they eat amazing. They're eating corn all the time.
They eat like your dream white-tailed deer does. I mean, they're eating all the corn they can get on. They're eating peanuts and
they might be wild, but let me tell you something. They're fat. So if you're looking for some good eating, go down and see these guys, Gum Log Plantation. And Gum Log puts you up and does some really, they got good meals.
Yeah.
They're cooked. These guys can cook. Both the owners can. Now, one of the owners actually is most of the time your host and puts you up. But his brother, Kerry, who actually owns all the property and everything, actually had us over the one night for a steak cookout.
Steak and shrimp and...
Those guys really know how to cook. He said they learned it from their grandfather.
When they fire up the grill, let me tell you something. They fire up the grill. They might as well be calling their neighbors over because they don't just fire up the grill and make 5 or 6 steaks.
Yeah, they don't make just enough. It's not like they count. Oh, we got 8 guys here. We're going to cook 8 steaks. Nope.
You know,
we got 8 guys here. We'll cook 1 beef.
Yeah. There was something I wanted to try down there that I didn't get a chance to, and I think it would really make some good footage.
What's that?
You know, I really wanted to tick off a sow and have her come after me. And really,
you can do that up here.
Oh boy, you know I did. I wanted to pick up one of them piglets and make it squeal and get Mama coming running out of the corn. You know, you watch some of these shows, down south where people get these pigs bait up by dogs, and then they go in there and they use a big knife and they stab them. Well, I want to do it without the hogs. Our cameraman Ben,
without the dogs, you mean?
Or without the dogs. That's right. Yes. Our cameraman Ben, he's got this hatchet, and you saw this thing, and it's got this big spike on the one side of it.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to take one of them little piglets and make it squeal and get the mother come running out of the corn. And now here's where it would have been really interesting to catch on film, because it was either going to be really awesome to see me, spike this sow in the brain, or it was going to be really
cool
to
footage. Watch the helicopter come in and take you to the emergency room.
Well, yeah. And one of the guys that was down there, he said, well, what if you swing at this hog and miss and you stab yourself in the leg? I said, heck, that's the least of my worries, because the hog's going to get me in the leg too.
Did you dream all this up sitting in the stand? Or, you must have really been doing some thinking.
You don't have to think much to come up with a dumb idea. Especially me.
That is the truth.
But seriously, would that not make good footage?
Okay, well, we'll go back down there and do it again.
All right, I'm in.
Because they got plenty of hog damage down there. We're going to go back now. When I get back from Africa, we're going to go back down there when they get the corn harvested, which would be right around middle of August. I'm thinking we'll probably go.
Do you think that maybe I should practice at hitting this moving target, or should I just leave it complete amateur?
No, wing it.
Make better.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'd go for the side instead of going for the head. I'd go for the side, swing it right in and hit them right in the ribs, and then hang on to the hatchet. That way, as it runs away, you're hanging on still. Yeah,
but I just don't know that would go in deep enough, and I don't really want to get my leg tore up or any other
Well,
part of my body for that matter.
Yeah, I think that if you're going to do it, it would make good footage if you had a little bit of a cut. You should have a little blood. Don't you think? You know what we could do? We could ask the listeners to come on the Facebook page and tell us where they think you should try to stab it. Head or body?
Definitely in the head. Please say in the head, because
we'll film it and put it on our page.
but just think, if I swung and I missed, at that point I would know that I was doomed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But we have this code.
Camera never stops rolling.
The camera never stops rolling. So the cameraman ain't going to help you.
Can't. He's got to run the camera.
But that doesn't mean that Ben isn't running the camera and you could be there on standby in case things went south. If things went south, would you step in and help me, or would you just watch?
Well, what would my job be? I'd probably have a rifle to back you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'd have to shoot.
Oh, man. Everything's riding on that?
I'm dead on. You know it. You saw me on this trip. You can't deny it.
I can't deny it. I've been having this argument with you back and forth over who's the better shot, and when it comes down to the rifle shot and all, especially after this trip, I had my misses in there, and
I'm a one-shot kill here still.
yeah.
I never spent the bullet that didn't bring something down, and bring them down in a bad way.
Yeah.
Heads and necks. Heads and necks.
So I'm. It's fair to say that I've lost that competition for now. We can start that over anytime you want to.
You might. We'll pick this up again right after this message. Be right back. Hey, welcome back, Biggie Outdoor Radio. Brandon, we were talking about this hog hunt that we just got back from on Gum Log Plantation down in South Georgia. And we were down there actually with this eradication hunt. We actually hunted in late evenings and we hunted after dark. We were breaking in some new IR sites that we got sent to us.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of trouble with a couple of things on them, but a lot of it was maybe us getting to know them and getting to use them and mounting them right and things like that. But I didn't, on my gun, I seem to have them working pretty good. But the night sights from Dark Widow and Night Sight USA, they seem to work pretty slick.
They do, and it's a pretty good concept too, because people seem to think that for being able to hunt at night and using night sights and night vision and infrared and all that, people tend to think that they're in the $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 range.
Right. We got the big unit here, two of them, and to buy that unit retail is around $1,400. You can get the other unit for I think around $1,000 or $1,100. I guess you'd have to look and see, but they do work well at night. You can see. I mean, you turn it on after you got to set this thing for focus and all that first. You set your optic to focus with it and everything on a low power, and then you can use the zoom with your scope. It doesn't have anything to do with sighting your rifle in. It uses the zero and the crosshairs exactly the way your scope already is, so it doesn't mess with any of that.
Yep.
Then after that, all it does is it looks through that and uses an infrared light that it emits that you can't see, and then the eyepiece looks through your scope. So when you're looking at this little screen, it's like a little mini cell phone screen, you can see what's out there in the pitch black. And we used it a lot. I mean, I went on some fields after dark and I could see the bucks that were out there, all their deer, and I could see the bucks with the horns, and came in and told them there were 13 deer out there and 4 of them were bucks, and I told them what was all out there, and I saw all kinds of things that you wouldn't have normally seen, and you didn't need a light at all. No spotlight, no nothing. I drove up on many, many big herds of pigs.
You come around the corner on the buggy some of those times, and there'd be 30 pigs standing in the road, and the smallest one is 80 pounds.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a lot of
well,
pigs.
we weren't there, what, an hour? And we went out on the buggy. It was, what, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you got a pig.
Yeah.
And we got that all on film. Those things, and in day mode, they work great.
They work just as good in day mode. You don't, just because it's a night sight doesn't mean that you have to only use it at night.
Yep.
With these Dark Widow sights. You can set them so that you can use them during the day, which is good, because another thing where that comes in handy, if you have a younger hunter and they're, having issues getting down and looking through the scope and all that, you can actually work with them a little bit better, starting out just like that. You work on getting the rifle planted in their shoulder just right, and then you have them look at the screen. Baby steps, do one thing at a time. Once they learn, lining it up in the screen and all that, and then maybe, when they get a little bit older, or a little bit more confident, then you take and you have them work on lining it up in the scope and finding something in the scope, a lot, more naturally.
Yeah, they're
So this actually could help for younger hunters, new hunters.
Their distance for their objective doesn't have to be taken into consideration for new hunters as well. I mean, for example, one of our pro staffers, Ernie Williams, was down there, and he brought his 7-year-old son along, Aiden.
Mm-hmm.
And Aiden we put one of these on in the day mode, and Aiden shot about a 250 to 300 pound sow hog, all with the use of using one of our big tripods for our cameras. He set the rifle on there, and he used the night sight in day mode to shoot that hog.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have to worry about lining up the scope. He put the rifle on there, and he lifted it up. We got it all on film, and he could look at that TV screen, and he seen where the crosshairs were. He put it on the hog. He pulled the trigger and killed himself a great big hog.
That's right.
And that was his first kill ever. And he was extremely excited.
Yeah, he was really excited because that first night we actually all had a little competition going on over who was going to get the biggest pig.
He got the biggest pig of the week.
He got the biggest pig of the week, not just of the night. I mean, that 7-year-old boy, his first hog ever, and he
did a good job.
He did a really good job, and it was a good shot.
Yes, it was.
It was a good shot. He took that ticker right out of that old pig.
Right through the heart.
Yeah.
Thing ran maybe 75 yards and was gone.
Yeah.
So then we let some other folks use it in day mode. Well, we used it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife, Cheryl, has never gotten to hunt an animal, and she got her first animal ever as well. With it, she shot a hog, and we got it on film. Shot that thing right through the heart as well.
Yeah.
She actually thought she'd missed, but I said, no, you didn't. I could tell by the way it backed up, kind of took a step back, ran off. I went down there, sure enough, there was blood. Ran in the woods. And then we had another female hunter that was with us, and we passed the rifle to her, and she used it. She shot one right in the neck. And then 2 more came out, and she shot one right through the head, and it went right through the neck of the other one right behind it. Got 2 with 1 shot, so she ended up with 3 hogs right there. And so we've got some great footage with them. I shot a few. We shot some at night. I mean, we've just got excellent footage, and we had excellent luck with those night sights. So I think that using them for coyotes would be amazing. Because you could sit still, you wouldn't have to shine a light anywhere. It emits nothing. You could just sit still, sit quiet, run your call a little bit, and use that thing once in a while to scan your field. And you would probably be very successful with it. You wouldn't scare anything away.
Man, I'm just thinking about the coyote hunting we can do with those things, and that
Yeah.
That could be real fun. That could be pretty interesting.
Here or out west.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it just lengthens the amount of hours, you know, you can hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Low light situations, you could use it when the light gets low at night. Still shooting hours and it's low. You know, like those nights, especially when it's cloudy and you lose that little bit of light that you can see. So there's a lot of things that thing could be used for. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I'm thinking that might be something worth a lot of folks checking out, the night sight.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, and if you're looking for a good inexpensive hunt, gum log, go down there, kill yourself some hogs.
Eat some good food.
Yeah, their daily rate includes 2 hogs, all the meals and lodging. Go down there and spend a weekend down there. Take your son or your wife or someone down there. And I think you'd have a great time. Maybe we should take Megan back down there. Think she'd have fun doing that?
Oh, I guarantee you she'd have fun doing that, and I know she wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
She's itching to take part in more of these hunts with us. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Cheryl had a really good time. She thanked me over and over again. I mean, she's not a big outdoors person normally, but she really got into this and she had a great time. By the time she had a lot of fun. We actually enjoyed the time in the lodge. It was relaxing. We had good meals.
Good music. Man, they had one of these old jukeboxes in the lodge.
You guys kept jamming it out in there?
My goal was to see if I could tick off Big E, because he'd be in the middle of trying to edit something or go over something,
and you'd be jamming out.
Somebody had to be the kid in the bunch, so I'd go over there and I'd fill it up with Guns N' Roses and all these, good
but
music.
see, I like Guns N' Roses, so that was all right.
Yeah. David Allan Coe, Guns N' Roses, some Alabama in there.
Yeah, you didn't play any dueling banjos, though. That was a good thing.
Oh, man, no. I'm sure they had it in there, though. That's for sure.
You should have looked for it. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
You'd be playing that thing as people pull up to the lodge. It's so far back in there. It's 5 miles. I told you it was 5 miles off the road.
You pull off the paved road into their driveway, and I was driving when we first showed up, and Big E says, well, he said, now you drive for 5 miles until you get to the lodge. And I thought he was kidding.
Nope.
And I clocked it on the odometer, and it was exactly 5 miles. 5 miles down this little dirt, what we would call a log road up here. I guess they were kind of doing some logging back in there too, but it wasn't much of a driveway. I mean,
It's a dirt road.
It was just a dirt road, just to get you back in there.
One of the guys on our crew said it was 2 beers long.
It's 2 beers long. That's right. Yep. Randy was right. It was 2 beers long. So
yeah, and you can check out the pictures of what we all got on Big E Outfitters, Big E TV Facebook page, or actually I put some of the pictures right on the Big E Radio Facebook page as well.
Yeah.
Go check them out. You'll be surprised, and you'll see some pretty cool stuff on there. So we'll wrap it up, and we'll come back right after these messages. Well, welcome back to Biggie Outdoor Radio. Brandon, we've been talking about hog hunting and all kinds of stuff. I'm getting ready to head to Africa here in the next couple of days.
Yeah, this could be the last time I see you alive.
Yeah. Actually, if all goes well, I'll be getting on a plane today as long as my passport gets here. So, but like I said, then, it takes me a couple of days to get there. So I'll be hunting some dangerous game over there. Going to be doing some filming. And I'll probably be sending in the next show from Africa.
Yep. We're going to end up doing a call-in because you're going to be spending pretty much all of July over there.
Yeah. So this could be kind of interesting. we're going to Zimbabwe after some lions over there. They got a lion that's been eating some guy's sheep.
Oh.
It's a sheep stealer.
Huh.
I know some rednecks that would think that's just a mortal sin, having their sheep stolen.
Yeah. I don't even know where to go with that. Oh, man.
But then we're going after, there's an elephant that has to get thinned out of a herd. Sometimes when those elephants get older, they get a little bit crazy. There's one. Then there's a couple Cape buffalo. I guess there's one guy's going after Cape buffalo. I'm not sure what all else is being hunted, but
So what are you hunting, personally?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
No, whatever gets in my way.
Huh.
That could be fun. Could be fun, and it could be interesting.
Let's just hope that your cameraman is good enough to stick with you.
I know. I don't have you over there.
Yeah. I'll be pulling all-nighters making cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not making cheese, but
Cutting the cheese.
I'll be cutting the cheese all night.
There you go. You're one of the only guys I know that gets paid to cut the cheese.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's interesting that you do that, So I imagine that by the time I come back, I'll post some of the stuff on Facebook, but I imagine by the time that I come back, I'll be hated by some more people overseas in England. And
Your bounty might actually go up in London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not flying through London this time. I'm going through Frankfurt.
Oh.
I'm going around.
What, are you scared of a little confrontation?
Nope. Just happens to be where my plane is going.
Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, it could have been interesting. We could have sent Ricky Gervais a email out, ahead of time saying, hey, I'm going to be in London. If you want to meet up, maybe have a vegan burger somewhere.
Have tea and crumpets.
What?
Tea and crumpets.
Oh. A tea and crumpets.
I don't know what crumpets are. Must be some kind of donut or some kind of... Probably some stale bread or something.
Huh.
Could be, I don't know.
So how many people are going over to Africa with you anyhow?
I don't know. There's a bunch of guys coming over there that are going to do this hunt. Maybe I'll just shoot a monkey while I'm over there again.
Oh, man, those are always fun,
A baboon.
Take out a baboon. Piss off the environment, Can I say that?
Yeah, you just did.
Yeah.
What else would be good? Want me to get a zebra? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait for you to come. And I'll go after the zebra.
Yeah.
I think Scott and his wife were over there, and I think Scott took a zebra. I'm pretty sure Scott did when he was there. And he got a kudu, impala, wildebeest. Black wildebeest would be fun. But I'll wait for you for that too.
Well, you don't have to wait for me, man. I mean, hey, you gotta...
I'm taking the Heart rifle,
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm going to take the Heart over there, and if I do anything with a rifle, I'm going to reach out and touch them. Really reach out and touch them.
So we got that thing sighted in yet?
No, I'll sight it in when I'm over there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Won't take me long.
No, it usually takes you about 3 rounds. But you got to remember, you're shooting a lot farther with that rifle.
It doesn't matter. I have a BDC on it.
What are you going to sight it in at?
I'll sight it in at probably, I'll sight it in at 100, and then I'll shoot it at 300 and at 500.
Yeah. You probably need a whole different rangefinder than the ones that we normally use for over there.
They have one of them trackers. I'll have them run out there. I'll have them count steps, mark it off.
I didn't see this guy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
See this guy running back and forth out there at the range. Oh, man.
You hit it, boss. You hit the target.
Oh, boy. So as far as dangerous game, you're going after the lion for sure.
Or the lion could be coming after me.
Either way, it's going to be really good video. Either way. So,
Yeah.
yep. Are you going after the elephant or somebody else?
No, I'm not going after an elephant.
No?
No. Where are we going to put an elephant in this store?
We could rent the space next door.
That'd be kind of cool. We definitely. How would we get it in here? Because you know I'd want to full body mount that.
Then we'd have to move. We'd have to move entirely because they do have some stores here where they have a bay door on the front of the store.
Even that wouldn't get it in. It's not high enough. How would you get a full body mount elephant in here?
Man, it's removable legs.
It'd have to be something remote. How do you get a full body mount elephant anywhere?
One piece at a time. Holy smokes.
That'd be a big mount, wouldn't it?
Could you imagine shipping that thing back over here? Whew, man. Yeah. So you said how many people are going over there? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that when you said.
I don't know. There's a bunch. I think
A bunch of people?
like 6 people.
Yeah, and they're all doing a lot of like plains game stuff and. Are they,
All dangerous game.
all dangerous game, really.
All with a
man.
bow. All bows.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Not for you because you're a bad shot with a bow. You're not as good a shot as I am with a bow. You are.
Talk so much smack.
You're getting shaky in your age, you know.
I'm not shaky at all.
Okay, I'll give you the rifle shot. You're a better rifle shot, but buddy, I'll tell you what. We can get out the bows right now, and we can have a shoot off right here in the store.
We can shoot everything you want in the store. I will smoke you.
No.
See, the thing is when we get confronted with wild live game, that's where you choke.
When have I choked on wild game with the bow?
You choke all the time. You choked
No.
on that diker, missed him.
I did not choke on that diker. I
Yeah,
shot
you did.
exactly where. The PH told me it was a different range, and I shot for the range he told me it was, and I shot right underneath him. That's the only thing.
Yep. How'd you do on that armadillo while we were down there?
I hit him. I hit that armadillo.
No, you didn't. I
Yes.
have the video footage to show you hit 2 feet away from it.
Well, we were using a crossbow and
Bow.
you
It's
know,
a bow. We're headed down this road of.
You're gonna get hurt.
The young bull is just not as good as the old bull.
Listen,
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's kind of like Dale Earnhardt Jr.
you know what? You can. I mean,
He's just not as good as Dale Earnhardt Sr.
you have to tell yourself whatever you have to tell yourself. But
You know, people don't understand how much racing goes in with the outdoors. I had a lot of people that don't know that. You know, State Park Speedway is right out here. We probably should get out there one of these days and be watching some of these races. We can take the show right out there.
speaking of which, I thought that we were going to get into that this year.
You're too tired to race. For God's sake, you'd fall asleep and run right off this track.
It'd be just like driving to work.
Good Lord, you're too tired. You have to bungee cord the steering wheel, and so you just kept going around in circles, and you just fall asleep.
Yeah, well. At least we have a solution. Bungee cord.
Bungee cord the steering wheel, cement block on the gas pedal.
Yeah. That guy is flying.
He just keeps going. Oh my God, get out of his way.
Somebody tell him this thing ended 10 laps ago. Holy smokes.
Hey, dummy, you won.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Hey, did you know that the guy, these guys aren't even a sponsor yet. Hopefully, we will get them. But did you know who owns State Park Speedway? Scott Wimmer.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Did you know he's also the same guy that owns Ropa's Pizza?
What's Ropa?
Ropa's Pizza, that little pizza place is next to Ski's Meat Market up there.
There's a pizza place up there?
Yeah, they have Chicago style pizza, and it's really good. About probably the best pizza in, I'm gonna say, northern Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
I kid you not.
That good. I just got hungry, like just now.
Is your mouth watering like mine is?
I'm not sure how your mouth is watering. I don't want to know.
Yeah, there'd only be one way for us to prove that.
No,
but
we can't do.
Well,
I mean,
I'm not
legally now. Well, no.
Yeah, it's legal now.
No, just no.
No.
We're not going to go there.
You could get Skittles pizza.
Oh, for crying out loud! Oh man, we better just cut to a break before this gets out of control.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's check in on our sponsors, and we'll get right back. Biggie Outdoor Radio. Hey, welcome back to Biggie Outdoor Radio. We're wrapping up our final hour for this week. You know, Brandon, I'm going to be headed out doing this last trip here, or this trip on my own without you. And you know that it's kind of not the same with me going off and we do most of our hunts together, you and I, father son, and hopefully we'll get back to get our schedules in sync here, where I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah. Well, hopefully by next year we'll have that a little bit more under control.
Yeah, because that father-son thing, when we started all this stuff, it was father-son, and we started all the Big E stuff, the entire line, and it was a father-son deal. I mean, it's always been something that I've done, but I've always taken you with me, I've taken you hunting with me, I've taken you to the, all the trade shows along with me, and you've always been there filming for me, to the point that you got to be, and I'm not afraid to say it, one of the best videographers in the outdoor business, and not having you along is going to be kind of tough for me, because I never know if the other person has the camera on record, or if they're filming what they should be filming, or
yeah, it does. It makes it a little bit harder, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Well, we got to do what we got to do, and hopefully this time next year we'll be back in sync with our schedules and be doing a lot more of this stuff together, the way we started out and the way we should be.
Right.
So.
Right.
But one thing's for sure, though, when we get there,
yeah,
we're gonna have to grow out our beards.
Why?
Just because.
There's too many people growing out their beards.
I know, but I've never actually seen you.
We should grow
out your beard.
Something else, like the hair in our ears, because mine is already growing.
I was just gonna say, do you want me to be more like you, so you don't feel like an outcast, or what? I mean, oh boy,
yeah.
I've never seen you actually really grow out your beard, though.
I don't grow it out. It's to me, I think it looks terrible.
You should try it once.
I'd look like Santa Claus now.
I'll tell you what. Right after this wedding, I'm doing it. I'm growing it out.
No.
And I ain't cutting it, man. I'm telling you.
You got to at least trim your neck. You look.
I do. Trim your neck a little bit.
No, you look terrible like that. You look like some kind of an Amish hitman when you grow your hair. You do.
Oh, look out! It's the Amish hitman.
Oh God, here comes Eli. He's going to blow you up. No, yeah.
Why does a hitman have to be blowing something up?
I don't know. It just came to me that way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not Al Qaeda, dude. I mean, just because I have a beard.
Oh.
Holy
You're not
shit.
an Amish Al Qaeda?
No.
Oh.
No.
You don't hear about Al Qaeda anymore.
Hey, Chris Kyle had a beard.
Yeah, he did.
That's right. That's right. You know who else has a beard?
Who?
Phil Robertson. Now, that guy is an American. I like that guy.
He's American. American as they come.
American with an A.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really not sure how I feel about all them people out there yelling out America and all that. I mean, it's America. Using it, you say it with an A, but
Yeah.
come
and
on.
our flag is red, white, and blue, not rainbow colored either. Did you see that garbage?
Oh, for crying out loud. Don't get me going on that. We almost made it through the whole show without threatening a bunch of people and
Well, we're not
losing our
threatening them.
minds and
We're not threatening them, but
well, hey,
it's just getting to be ridiculous. This presidency is just blowing things out of control.
he ain't my president.
Ain't mine either. I tell you that. I ain't afraid to say it.
No, I'll tell him right where to go.
That's right. And I tell you that this whole thing has been a fiasco. This country in the last 8 years has just gone ridiculous. Yep. Yep. This is definitely Sodom and Gomorrah.
Well, let's not get carried away on politics and stuff like that for right now. We can save that for another show. But
Yeah.
So you're going to Africa. You're actually leaving today, right after we get done with this show. You're going to the house.
I'm all
Picking up-
packed.
You're picking up that FedEx package that was, supposed to be there by 10:30, so it better be there.
Let me tell you something. If it's not there, Lucille, I'll be calling you.
Oh boy, yeah, here we go. So,
Yeah. Those people at FedEx, I mean, I called her yesterday and I told her, I said, let me tell you something. You better get somebody in a truck with my package and be meeting me at O'Hare Airport if it's not.
well, there you go. Hell yeah. Yeah. Well, we covered a lot of different stuff in this show. We started out talking about the Wolves and how their numbers are
Yeah.
all over the board.
I'll be posting a lot of pictures, while I'm over there, and I'll try to keep them. When I post pictures from my hunts, I don't post blood. We don't, because we try to make them so that if a non-hunter, not an anti-hunter, but a non-hunter sees them, that they're in good taste.
Well, we keep them classy enough that we can still use them for advertising.
Right.
We don't want to look like a bunch of fools.
Right. And if you're posting pictures, let me give you guys some hints. When you're taking pictures, there are some things that a lot of hunters don't take into consideration. One of the things that they will eat you up on and they use against you and make us look like barbarians and all that is when you straddle an animal.
Yeah, straddling it, sitting on it.
Yep. Don't do those kind of things. Trying to ride it, doing things like that. It's disrespecting the animal after it's down. And that's how they look at straddling it and things like that. It's like an over display of dominance or whatever. We don't think anything of it. And to be honest with you, I don't think anything of it either.
But especially people from other countries.
Yep.
It's a whole nother outlook on respect issues.
And they will eat you up on that. And so when we're posting pictures and we're posing for these things, those are things that we can do to try to make the non-hunters look at us as being a little bit more professional.
We'll take away some of their fuel, that's for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make sure you wipe the blood up. Wipe up the, sometimes, I mean, if you're going to post a series of photos and, you want to post where you hit the animal, that's one thing. But don't make that the lead photo.
No.
Put that back in a series of photos, Have your lead photos try to wipe the blood off the face. Try to, if you can, put something in front of the blood. Just try to clean things up and make it the best you can, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And give it a good display, because everything that we can do to make ourselves look better helps. You got to remember that there is the same amount of us as there are the anti-hunters, and we don't want to turn the non-hunting group or any of them into anti-hunters. That's what we don't want. When it comes down for a vote, we don't need them making votes against us. We need to try to sway them our way. And the best way to sway them our way is to be drawing in more hunters by bringing women and more kids and minorities into the outdoors. When you think about it, you don't think of a lot of black hunters. You don't think of a lot of Spanish American hunters. You don't think of, a lot of minority hunters. But when you've got friends that are of different races, take those people hunting, get them into the hunting. Women especially. I mean, women is a big group that's starting to grow into the hunting world, and we need to have a little bit more patience with them. Like Cheryl, when I took her hunting, one of her biggest things was she was afraid to miss, because when she was a kid and she went out with her dad, she got yelled at for missing.
Yeah.
And so she quit hunting.
Well, there's that trip alone was a pretty good example of how we're evolving, with our women hunters and youth hunters. Cheryl, a woman hunter, she shot one of the 15 hogs that we got on that trip. 5 of the 15 hogs that we got on that trip were taken by a 17-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all really good shots, deadly shots.
Yep.
So it's growing, and that was a pretty good example of it.
And the biggest hog was taken by a 7-year-old kid.
Exactly. Yeah.
And 3 more hogs were taken by
another kid.
A 9-year-old kid.
That's right. Yeah. So that hunt alone was a pretty good one for our youth, for our women hunters. It's starting to grow a lot faster. You're starting to see a lot more women hunters out there and a lot more younger hunters. And the best way to help and keep the antis from jumping all over us is just to keep educating the people that want to be educated on it.
Yep.
And eventually, the people who don't really want to be educated on it or don't care to be, they're going to catch on to it, and they're going to see that there is an ethical side to all these forms of hunting that we're doing.
That's right. That and making sure that we always put our best foot forward and a good public image. Mm-hmm. Cleaning up the animal, not having blood hanging off of our trucks, keep the trucks washed, all that kind of stuff. Those kind of things.
We don't have to get carried away.
Well, I know, but it's fun. But we gotta think about what the non-hunters think, and when we're driving through these towns, those are the kind of things that get these antis going.
They make good Halloween Facebook pictures, though. Don't
they? Do.
Yeah.
But we
got an elk laying up there on top of your Suburban. That's a pretty good picture.
It sure is.
Yeah,
it sure is. Well, we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thanks for listening to Biggie Outdoor Radio, and don't forget to support our sponsors, because they are the ones that are out there supporting you. Just by being on this show, they're showing their support for you in the outdoors. Make sure you swing by and check them out. Pay them a thank you. And when you go and check them out, make sure you let them know that you heard about them here on Biggie Outdoor Radio on Sports Fan 100.5.